Hi there, Malcolm here, my 411th Booktube video, and today I'll be bringing you a book review for Shadow of a Dark Queen by Raymond E. Feist. This is book 9 of the Riftwar series and the first of, I think, a new trilogy, the Serpentwar Saga. And this is set about 20 years after the events of The King's Buccaneer, the previous book in the series, where we follow Eric, who is a young blacksmith of a small town, the bastard son of royalty, who just happens to murder one of his half-brothers one day. It's justified, but it still happens. Goes on the run and ends up getting conscripted into a special select group of idiots destined to die on a suicide mission, along with his best friend. They travel overseas to Novindus, where they got to try and stop some plot afooting. And that's more or less the story. So we have a bit of him back up in the town, the murder, running away, getting caught, ending up being conscripted after not quite being executed, training, and then going on the boat to Novindus, and then they find out what they're doing over there. These are a bunch of spoilers, so I'm not going to break into it too much. But I can say that Thomas from the original trilogy, his son, is leader of this squad. And there's a few other faces that we recognise from the first trilogy and from the duology preceding this one. Yeah, I had a really good time with this. Found the character of Eric very likeable. I didn't know much in common with him, but I was able to appreciate where he was coming from. He was defending a girl that he saw as his sister, really, from his half-brother, which resulted in the death of this guy. Nasty piece of work that he was too. But you can't go around murdering the Baron's firstborn legitimate son and get away with it. So he didn't. And I found his attempt to flee exciting. Some weird things happened. And then, leading up to his execution, there was some real emotion in there. And of course, once you have an execution and you continue on with this character, you think, hang on, something didn't quite work there, did it? We have the conscripting, and then we have the training as these guys all learning how to fight and how to be soldiers, and that was all really interesting as well. And you have this interesting band of more of these villains thrust together to work together to survive, and then they go get on this campaign. A solid, soldiery fantasy story. Tiny bit of magic in there. You've got snake people. There's a prologue that kind of sets the snake people up, but not really in any way that means anything. You could have almost done away with the prologue entirely. There was a big bad that tried to do something in the previous duology. They're at it again, and the main reason for going over to Novinda is to find out what's going on so we can report back and prepare, which is effectively what happens. Yeah, I can't fault this at all. It's a hefty 560 pages long, and I was supposed to have finished it last month. It's the 30th of April, meaning I haven't finished any books that I plan to read in April, apart from my book of the month, at all. So I'm a bit annoyed about that, but it's not the book's fault. Really enjoyed it. Booktastic. Highly recommend the Riftwar series if you haven't read it already. They are worth reading in order, starting with The Humongous Magician. It is published in 2 separate ones as well, if you don't want that huge one. So have you read Shadow of a Dark Queen? What did you think about it? Or what's your favourite Riftwar book or mini-series within the series? I really enjoyed the Empire cycle with Mara over in Kellerwen. That was a really strong series, I thought. But yeah, I've enjoyed them all so far. Comment down below, please. But as usual, if nothing nice to say, then please keep it to yourself. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and other GP things. If you want, until next time, see you later.